Alright, guys, so Bad Blood just wrapped up a couple of minutes ago. There is a huge problem on the WWE's horizon. His name is Dwayne the freaking Rock Johnson. Hi, my name is Andy. I'm a wrestling fan from Ghana, West Africa. If you like the content on this channel, please do subscribe and leave a like. We're about to talk about Bad Blood, so let's get into it. And good God, this this premium live event was all sorts of madness, top to bottom. We're about to get into it. The first match happened between, I'm trying to pull this up real time because I really don't want to edit too much. First match of the night, we have Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk inside Hell in a Cell. This match was a chaotic 30-minute modern day WWE classic, Hell in a Cell. It's a match that I think has completely killed the PG era as we've known it to exist for the last 16 years in WWE. Now, this match started with Drew McIntyre entering, without doing his custom poses and whatnot. It was kind of giving Undertaker vibes, especially when he got into the cell, he stood on the steps and then did the pose, and then the pyro shot off from the ring post. So it did look like, okay, he's going Undertaker-esque. Furthermore, to back this, you had CM Punk enter in trunks, which were very similar, not trunks, tights, that were very similar to Shawn Michaels' gear at Bad Blood 97, which is where we had the first ever Hell in a Cell match between Taker and HBK. So the match starts and, it's kind of going all right. It's, the hatred and everything is there. These men did everything from pulling out toolboxes, pulling out tables. Now, speaking of tables, something crazy happened. So Drew McIntyre introduced a table within the first 5 minutes of the match, and I think it's one of the first times in WWE history where I've seen somebody rip the legs of the table to use as a weapon. Unfortunately, that didn't happen for him. CM Punk got the legs of the table and almost impaled Drew whilst he was lying down, and it was a crazy visual. I was pretty scared for Drew. Everything was fine after that. Now, I've been watching Hell in a Cell matches quite recently, and there's this trope that seems to surface in the old Hell in a Cell matches prior to 2008, where WWE started the PG era, which is within the first 10 minutes, there would be blood of some form. It could either be a bruise of some kind or just plain out, buckets of blood. And that's exactly what happened here. There was a spot where Drew McIntyre has CM Punk on his shoulder and he pretty much launches him into one of the cell walls like a lawn dart, and the camera didn't stay on CM Punk. And obviously, if you know the inner workings of wrestling, this had to give CM Punk time to do a possible blade job or find a way to crack himself open, I guess. And camera panned back and we saw Punk was bloodied up. We did see a bit of bruising on Drew to begin with, but it wasn't at the level at which he'd be bloody yet. So later on, and I forget this, I remember the spot now. It was where CM Punk hit Drew with the toolbox from outside the ring, and same camera trick again, and then we saw Drew bloodied up, like right here, and the vein over here was just that's a pretty funny sound effect I got. But yeah, so that was happening. Both men were wearing crimson masks, as JR would say, and they started slugging it out. It got so bad that at one point the referee had to take a towel to clean up the faces of both men, and I've never seen that for any WWE match. Nonetheless, this match continued and it was so chaotic. Mind you, the first pinfall in this match didn't happen until about 17 minutes after the bell rung, which was just insane. From there, you had CM Punk, I believe, go for a bag of what looked like thumbtacks, but obviously WWE doesn't really do that no more. It was beads, and these beads are similar to what he had for the Larry and AJ bracelet. He put some in the mouth of CM Punk, tried to claymore him, absolutely missed, and this was scary. His lower back crashed into the edge of the steel stairs, which he had introduced into the ring minutes prior, and it was a brutal spot. I thought he was paralyzed because CM Punk, Drew just went numb like that, But regardless of that, CM Punk was able to pick up the pieces, and then he wrapped this chain around his knee, GTS Drew McIntyre, and then got the pinfall victory over him. And a lot of the story I find was told after the match as well. And this is something that also happened in the main event, which I will talk about. But you had a situation where CM Punk pretty much shuts the door on Drew and everything that happened on the cell. And then he collapsed, sort of like a la Undertaker Triple H WrestleMania 27 in the aftermath. But then CM Punk got up. You had ENTs checking on him. You had the pulse oximeter on his finger, and you had oxygen being administered to him, which was just a crazy visual. I don't think I've ever seen that in a wrestling ring before, in WWE for that matter. You did see Drew get back up, visibly disappointed at the fact that he couldn't put away CM Punk. Punk almost collapsed again. He was fine, but it was such great visual storytelling, and I would not be surprised if Drew McIntyre ends up as a babyface quite soon. It's looking like it will go in that direction. And look, I'm all for it. He's proven himself as one of the best heels, if not the best heel in WWE today. Overall, I also see that this match is pretty much the modern day equivalent of what Undertaker versus Triple H at WrestleMania 28 was, albeit not with the special guest referee shenanigans and whatnot. But in terms of classic Hell in a Cell matches, this one is an instant S tier, and I have a rankings video on Hell in a Cell Hell in a Cell matches, I should say, which is coming out quite soon. This match is definitely going to be in the S tier. It's undeniable. Great match, great work by both men. I really appreciate what they did. They were both promising that it wasn't going to be a 5-star wrestling match, but this was a 6-star. Basically, if you want to be, and that's being playing it down, because these men really stole the show. Now, up next, we had Nia Jax defending the WWE Women's Championship against Bayley. This match was quite a bit of fun. I didn't expect it to follow the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match in any way, shape, or form, but it did do some pretty good things. You had Nia Jax come out with what seems to be a completely different move set, and it's just so jarring to see her move as quickly as she does. Mind you, Nia Jax was heavier than this and definitely wasn't the best worker, but since her return, and especially after becoming Queen of the Ring, she has been a monster. I really appreciate the work she did in the ring with Bayley tonight. Now, you had a situation where, and this is one of the things that shocks me, when they were recreating that spot from SummerSlam earlier in the year, where Bayley powerbombed Nia. Nia reversed into what looked to be a Hurricane Rana. It wasn't the most beautiful Hurricane Rana, but it was one nonetheless. And then she had a few more moves in her arsenal that were just insane. So there was a point in the match where both women were laid out. Tiffany Stratton's music hits, and you have her running to the ring. And I should say this, Tiffany needs to learn to slide into the ring, because it will save her seconds, and those were crucial. But Tiffany went to the ring as she normally does, and actually missed Bayley the first time she tried to hit her with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then she actually hit her. And then she was contemplating as to whether or not she had to cash in. Mind you, Jessica had been knocked out as a result of Nia Jax landing on her when Bayley hits Nia with an enziguri of some kind. So there was no referee to really do the count. Tiffany didn't come with her own ref, so the logistics were a bit wonky. But then you had Nia set up like Undertaker, and this was the second Undertaker reference I caught in the night, which was just, it was quite something. But she sat up in disbelief, and then Tiffany got knocked out. Then Nia capitalized and hit Bayley with a avalanche Samoan drop, and then followed through with the Annihilator for the win. Clearly, this story has gone into the territory of Nia completely not trusting Tiffany, and I think the Princess Queen Alliance is about to be broken. I am really happy with the work they put out, and for a championship that has not really been defended on pay-per-views very much, especially since WrestleMania, this was a good look, and Nia is doing some of the best work. I want to see where her championship reign goes next. Now, up next, we had the match between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. I won't lie, I dozed off a bit. Mind you, at this time, it's 1:48 a.m. in Ghana, West Africa. I've had a long day, okay? So I took a few minutes. I was actually watching the match with one eye open at the point, which was I missed everything that happened. I only kind of woke back up when Damian Priest pinned Finn, which kind of shocked me because I thought Finn was going to win. But the little I saw prior to dozing off, it was good. It was all right, you know. What can you do? The stakes are not the highest they can be for these two men. It's definitely not a CM Punk Drew McIntyre type situation, but it worked, and I guess it's okay. I'll check the full match out later, but what I saw was okay. Now, let's talk about the Women's World Championship match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, with Dominic Mysterio said to be trapped and locked inside a shark cage. So Dominic had the entrance with the lowrider along with Liv, and that was pretty cool. You know, the Eddie references are really, really leaning in. I think I love that a lot. You had Rhea come in and announce that, Dom, you're in the cage, but I know you're afraid of heights, so boys, take him up. And he was suspended quite a bit. Not the highest height, of course. Now, they couldn't do it above the ring, and I'm sure if you've guessed it, it's because the Hell in a Cell was up there. The logistics of doing that would be very wonky and quite unsafe, so they had to do it from another spot. It worked okay. Now you have Liv and Rhea putting on a fairly decent match. I think I preferred the SummerSlam match a bit more. So there was one point in the match where Dom is somehow able to remove the lock that was on the door of the shark cage, and the door opens, and you know, he's kind of contemplating, should I get out, should I not get out, and he slips out at one point. And this was a scary spot because from the angle at which it was shown, it looked like Dom had crashed into the guard railing, but then you could see that his leg was trapped. It was laced up to a harness of some kind, and he was basically just suspending there like a piñata. The best comparison I can draw to it is, remember when Damian Priest's leg got trapped in the top rope at Clash in the Castle? That was similar. But you know, you could clearly tell it was a harness to his leg, so he was safe. But then you had Rhea kind of beat up Liv and then tell the referee, hey, I have some personal business to sort out. They brought the ref cams back for the first time since SummerSlam, and it was evident as to why. Because when she told the ref this, the ref was like, yeah, you deserve that, go handle your business, I won't count. Which is, you know, I don't know if refs can really do that, but anyway, Dom got whipped like a piñata by Rhea, which was one of the funniest visuals I have seen in quite some time. So now you have a situation where she's doing this, and a black clothed person just comes to attack Rhea, and it turns out to be Raquel Rodriguez, and a lot of people called this as happening, and it makes perfect sense. I might have even said this in the video I made talking about why Liv Morgan is really not the villain in this Judgment Day story. So yeah, that happened. The match pretty much ended in a, I don't know if it's a no contest or if Rhea was awarded the win by DQ. I think it's the latter, but yes, then Rhea got hit with a Chingona bomb. And then there was a bit of confusion because Raquel thought she could throw Liv on top of her to pin her. That didn't work out. So yes, everybody is like, what's the alignment here? Mind you, these two women were tag team champions. I explained this quite a bit in the video I referenced. You can go check that out after finishing with this video. But Raquel and Liv were tag team champions, and it was Rhea that cost them those titles. So from that standpoint, it does make sense that Raquel is out for revenge, because mind you, ever since then, Raquel hasn't really wrestled much. She had the whole skin condition, which it escapes me, but that whole condition that kept her out of action for the better part of this year and some parts of last year. So, you know, her coming back is really refreshing, although I want to think at some point she will turn on Liv and go for the title, which she's always wanted to have. So we are getting somewhere, but as to where the Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley story goes, I don't know, man. And then let's talk about this. The main event, the tag team match between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes and a returning original tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Now, Solo has a brand new entrance, which is pretty cool. So okay, it's not really brand new, but there's flames in it now, synced to that bum 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 bum. I'm making a lot of sound effects today, guys. Please bear with me. I am sleepy, I'm tired, and I want to get through this with all the excitement I have contained within myself right now because of what I'm about to talk about. But you had a situation where Cody was played in by, I think, the University of Arkansas or something. If I get it wrong, forgive me, correct me in the comments. Yes, I apologize in advance. But he was played to the ring by a marching band, and they played the first part. There was some miscommunication. They hit the intro of Cody's music. The marching band was supposed to play. It was very silent. Then they had to really play his theme, and then the marching band was behind by a bit. It was botched, basically. It was botched. And then you had Roman enter with the Georgia Philharmonic Orchestra, which is just, good God, Roman. It's not WrestleMania. It's Bad Blood. Okay, I get it. This thing hasn't happened in 27 years, but there is no reason why they should have had a marching band and then a Philharmonic Orchestra. Personally, I wouldn't have done this for this. I would have saved it for like a stadium show or something. Royal Rumble is fine, but when the aisle is so close like that, the logistics are wonky from a production standpoint, and we saw those issues happen. Roman's pyro was mistimed a bit, but it's okay. Also, this is the first entrance Roman has made in over 4 years without any title, which is a very jarring thing, but at the same time it's very refreshing because, hey, Roman, I think, is free now to really explore what the tribal chief can be like as a babyface who does not have the title. But the match starts and you have this bickering between Roman and Cody, which is just kind of funny. Like, Roman's like, "Are you sure you want to start?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll start." Like, "Are you sure you want to start?" And Roman's making these very funny facial expressions. He's pretty good at that. So the match starts, and it's really a standard tag team match. One team gets momentum, it swings the other way. One man is about to make the hot tag. The heel team comes and pulls that person away, causing more adversity for the person who was seeking to tag their partner in. It was just a lot of things happening, but it was a great match nonetheless. Roman ended up getting into the ring with Solo, mixing it up. Great chemistry there. Then you had a situation where Cody saluted Roman before jumping into the announce table where Jacob Fatu was lying, and pretty much took him out of commission for the rest of the match. So Roman is literally about to win the match at one point. And then the Tongans, Tamatonga, and Tonga Loa, Botch God, interfere. And it looks as though they are really about to lose this match. But then we see a hooded figure just standing there in between the Tongans as Roman kicks out from a Samoan spike from Solo. Or a spear, I'm sorry. And then we see this person is freaking Jimmy Uso, who we haven't seen in 6 months, which I'm very happy about. Like, Jimmy, we missed you, man. We missed you. Anyway, Jimmy super kicked both guys. Solo was left in shock. Roman speared Solo, got the win. Jimmy entered the ring, clearly excited. Roman was shocked because he was like, "I thought I lost you guys, after all the messed up things I've done to you." And then he goes in for a hug with Jimmy, and it's such a heartwarming reunion between these brothers. Cody comes into the ring, they acknowledge him, they get out. And then the Bloodline 2.0 attack Cody, and Roman is contemplating, like, "I thought this was supposed to be a one-time thing. What am I supposed to do?" Jimmy's like, "I'm with you, Oos. We got to go help him, but I'm with you." And then they opt to go help him out. They clear out the boys, and it looks like it's okay. Roman even handed Cody his title belt, which was quite respectful of the tribal chief. And then, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, hit, and I lost my you-know-what. Rock comes out with the People's Championship belt, which I wish he would really just drop that thing, honestly. Everyone's going crazy. We were not expecting him. The only hint we got was Pat McAfee telling Cody after his interview that he has a big guy coming back this week. So there was that. Crazy moment. Silence. Roman, Cody, Jimmy just looking on at The Rock, and Rocky is just surveying the situation like, "What the hell is this?" And then he does 1, 2, 3, 4, does that, his music plays, and then he does the, like, yeah, someone's going to get it very soon. And it's probably going to be Roman, but I think this will lead into Survivor Series and the War Games match. I don't know if Rocky's going to be in that, but the family's getting back together, and I'm really excited. Wow, I spent 23 minutes bickering about this thing. I am so happy we saw this. I'm about to go catch the press conference, see what they are talking about. This has been great, guys. And if you haven't watched Bad Blood, please do check it out on the WWE Network or Peacock if you're in the US. We have the WWE Network here, so hi, good one. But comment down below, let me know what you think about this event. Tell me what you think about The Rock coming back. I am excited and I can't wait to see what happens. In the meantime, check out this video that YouTube's recommending. My name is Andy, and I'll see you in another video. I'm signing off.